everyone, I'm Diane Rosen, your Rover reporter for SCA-TV, and I have some dogs that are very bored at home, and I bet in this heat you have dogs that are bored at home as well, getting up so early in the morning. Sometimes you can't even walk the dogs in this heat. So we are here today at a wonderful place to take your dogs in this heat. It's called Barxparx, and it's at Pebble and Eastern in Henderson, Las Vegas, and we're here with Jen Freet.
Hi.
She is the owner of Barxparx, and we are so happy to be here because we're going to learn all about it for you so you can bring your dogs here. So Jen, thank you for talking to us.
Of course, happy to be here.
Thank you. So it's so hot today. It's like 112. I don't know what it is. It was 6 o'clock this morning. It was 90 degrees.
It's brutal.
So the dogs are bored and we want them to have fun.
Yes.
Tell us what Barxparx offers bored dogs.
Perfect, yes. So Barxparx is an indoor dog park. We also do doggy daycare, dog boarding, dog grooming, dog training, self-wash. We have a retail area, especially right now in the summer, what you're referring to with it being so hot out, our indoor dog park area is perfect because you can come and play with your dogs indoors instead of worrying about battling this heat with them. So you don't have to go to an outdoor dog park where there's no shade, no clean or fresh water. We are fully air conditioned. We have park rangers in each yard to make sure everybody is playing safe, but it's basically the indoor version of an outdoor dog park, and you come with your dog for that part.
Barxparx is cleaner than regular dog parks, right?
Yes, much cleaner than regular dog parks. We disinfect and sanitize on a daily basis and several times throughout the day as well. That's actually one of our frustrations with the outdoor dog parks is that the pet parents don't pick up after themselves. There are potties left on the ground. Sometimes there's even trash left on the ground. And the water bowl, if there is one, and if it's working, is very disgusting. So we never want to pass along those contagious illnesses.
No, that's why this is a great alternative here.
Yes.
So do you have more than one area for big dogs, small dogs? How does the dog park work?
We have 5 separate yards here, and we don't categorize just by size. We also categorize by personality. So we have a small / gentle area and a large / active area. And the reason we do it that way is because, for example, if we have a German Shepherd, right? So a stereotypically larger dog, but they're 14 years old and they're slow moving. They don't want to be in with the active dogs who are running around super crazy. On the flip side of that, we've all met some really tiny dogs who want nothing but to play with the big dogs, right? So yes, we separate by size, but more importantly, we additionally look at the personalities and judge a best fit by that. So sometimes you will see a very small, super active dog in with the large guys, but that's because that's what that dog and pet parent prefer.
That makes sense.
Our boarding is very different than any other facility in Las Vegas. We actually have no kennels, no cages, no suites, whatever you want to call them. We do not close the door on your dog and leave them overnight without a human present. And we call it a puppy sleepover. So our park rangers, yes, right? Our park rangers sleep in the yard with the dogs. Sometimes the dogs jump up on the cots with them and cuddle with them. We bring out all of the dog beds, all of the dog blankets. The dogs are able to make their own space versus being stressed out behind a foreign door, you know what I mean, and barking all night. When we turn off the lights at 10 p.m., we turn on calming music. The dogs, it's a puppy sleepover, and it's a whole different story than other boarding facilities, and it's kind of what put us on the map. A lot of people are like, wait, my dog sleeps where? You know?
That's great. Plus somebody's there.
They are in the yards with the dogs. That position is always available.
So you keep using the term yards. It's still inside.
It is still inside, correct.
You call them yards, but they're inside yards.
Yep. However, In terms of safety, we wanted to have more transparency in between each yards and more of a team effort with our park rangers, so that if there is an incident, you can handle it so much quicker if you're hearing everything that's going on. And our staff to dog ratio, we're trying to get legislation passed on this, because our staff to dog ratio, we have 1 staff to every 12 dogs here. Other doggy daycare facilities in Las Vegas are 1 staff to 25 dogs.
Wow.
Or more. There is a franchise in the other side of town that advertises 1 to 35. And I don't know how much you love dogs, but if it's anything like
A lot.
me, right? I still would be uncomfortable being in a yard with that many dogs with just me being in control. That's unsafe. So we're trying to break the barriers in terms of safety. The same staff to dog ratio is upheld overnight, which is why we have multiple yards. So over July 4th weekend, we had 30 dogs boarding with us. Wonderful. We had 3 different yards with a staff member in each one of them to split up those 30 dogs equally. And another thing that we haven't discussed that I definitely want to mention is we are a 21 and over facility, including all of our employees. So I will mention a little bit more about why we do that, but think of that in terms of safety, okay? I'm not anti-child. I have a 17-year-old child myself, but hiring a 17-year-old child to watch a yard full of 25 or 35 dogs, whoa, that's definitely not something that I would want to do.
No.
Right? So we are a 21 and over facility, all customers, all staff, for several reasons, but safety is always number 1 here.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, so if your dog is bored like my dog, this is a great alternative. And not only that, one thing that you didn't talk about is the bar.
Yes.
There's a bar, okay, ladies and gentlemen, there's a bar.
If the dog stuff didn't sell you quite yet, we have a bar on Friday nights. Every Friday night from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. we have happy hour. And we sell wine and beer, and it is just the most fun. And I know I'm biased, but I'm telling you, half the people who come do not drink. No, nobody comes and gets drunk because you're still with your child and essentially driving your fur child home, right? But it is just so much fun, and we dim the lights on the park side. We turn on little party lights. We have the music up a little bit louder, and it is just so much fun. So every Friday from 4 to 8, we have happy hour, and we picked those hours as well because I don't want to stay out late, right? And so you can, even if you don't like to drive in the dark, you can be down here at 4, out of here at 5 in the winter months when it does get dark earlier, and you can be good to go.
So this isn't the kind of place where you can drop your dog off to the dog park and leave, go shopping and come back, right?
So we actually have a lot of different services. For the indoor dog park portion, that's where you do attend with your dog. You do not leave them here. If you are interested in leaving your dog here, we have the doggy daycare services as well as the overnight boarding services. Both of those are where you drop off your dog, leave, go do your things, whether it's shopping, go on a staycation, etc. So for our daycare options, we have full days and half days available, which is super standard in the daycare industry. But one of the things that we created that is really wonderful if you are just going shopping or, running a simple errand, we have a 2-hour daycare option. So a lot of pet parents really like that, especially when you're trying out a new facility. It's a little nerve-wracking to leave your dog for a long period of time, and that 2-hour time frame is a good way, in our opinion, to get yourself introduced to this place as well as your dog without overwhelming anybody.
So you have an evaluation of a dog before you're going to bring your dog to take advantage of your services. Tell us a little bit about that evaluation.
Sure. So we have a behavior assessment is required. It's a completely free thing for all dogs that come for the indoor dog park portion or other services here. That is a quick 20-minute meet and greet. The pet parent is present with the dog the entire time. We do require that before you're able to schedule that behavior assessment appointment, that your dog is up to date on vaccines and following the Clark County spay or neuter law prior to us scheduling that assessment. So if your dog passes that assessment, it's completely free of charge for you, and then they can attend our indoor dog park with you, okay? We also have a free 7-day park pass for all guests who do pass that free behavior assessment. They can use our indoor dog park for free for 7 days. Just to check it out. To my knowledge, we're the only one in Nevada still, so it's kind of a new concept. We've been here for 4 years, but that way you can check it out, see if you're comfortable with our staff, your dog's comfortable. Assuming everything's good to go at that point and you do want to try the daycare or boarding services, that is a separate $12.95 fee for 2 hours where you drop off your dog. We call it a 2-hour trial, just to make sure your dog is again comfortable being on site without you here, because it was frustrating for us at other facilities to, okay, I'm gonna set my dog up for a daycare or a boarding and we're gonna go on our trip, and then they call you 6 hours in, your dog hates it here. What do you mean? I thought I was set up for success, right? So we want to avoid that way before we get down that.
So with this behavior assessment, what is an example of a dog that wouldn't pass?
So a lot of people think that the dogs who don't pass our behavior assessments are super aggressive, mean dogs, do a lot of biting. It's actually not the case. To be completely honest with you, the pet parents who have dogs that are like that, they don't even want to deal with our process because they think that they're gonna fail, right? Okay, great, no problem. Thanks for weeding yourself out of the process. So by the time the dogs are registered, the vaccines are uploaded, the spay and neuter policy is checked off, and the dog, if it does not pass, the number one reason is the dog is too nervous to be here. And we actually want to respect that dog's communication and not push them past their comfort. So if a dog thinks we're the vet, for example, that's scary, right? If it's 112 degrees outside, that could be scary. So sometimes if a dog fails an assessment, first of all, another assessment is completely free. So you can always try on a different day. You know, maybe the energy level of the dogs in our facility is really high that day. You can always try on a calmer day. But yes, so we have about a 90%, 85% pass rate. But that's actually one of the reasons why we make that part completely free too, is what do you have to lose? You know what I mean?
Right.
See if it's a good fit for you. See if it's a good fit for your dog for free.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you have training and you have grooming.
Yes.
What else? What don't you do? That's a shorter answer.
Yeah, so we have a lot of services, you're right. Our goal is to be a one-stop shop. We want to be a place where you can kind of get everything done. We also have a large retail area. We recently expanded. May 1st, we doubled our size.
Oh, wow.
So that was kind of fun. We are celebrating our 4-year anniversary this year. We are now a 12,000 square foot facility.
Wow.
Part of that 12,000 square foot facility is over 500 new retail items as well. Believe it or not, the room we're sitting in right now, this is our group training classroom. We also rent this room out for doggy birthday parties. So I know we do a lot of cool things here. But yes, one of the great things is we were voted Best of Las Vegas Gold winner in 2021 for dog daycare and boarding, dog training, and pet grooming. So yes, so
you did good, kid.
Thank you very much.
So the boarding, some of these boarding facilities, they leave the dogs alone at night, and that kind of flips me out. I mean, if something happens, there's nobody there. So what's your policy?
Couldn't agree more with that. And to be honest with you, I had no idea that that was a thing. I previously took our dogs to the vet because whenever I was needing overnight boarding, I personally thought in my head, oh, that's a wonderful option. If there's an injury, everybody's right there and can easily take care of it. I had no idea that nobody was on site from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And of course, they're not going to advertise that. They will answer it if you ask, but I had no idea what to even ask. So we knew that we wanted to make this place very different. We are staffed 24/7, 365 days a year.
Wow.
Whenever a dog is on site here, there's a human on site with that dog. We have 16 surveillance cameras as well, so that we can make sure that we're able to look in all of the yards. Pet parents have access to 3 of those cameras, so they can see their dogs at all times when they're with us. One of the things about an outdoor dog park is, oh, I don't know if any of my doggy friends are gonna be there. Great, check our cameras before you drive down, right? I mean, Anthem is right up the road from us, but we all know going down Eastern is kind of a pain sometimes, right? You can check on the camera to see how busy the park is. Actually, I'm glad we mentioned the darkness as well. The outdoor dog parks, I felt unsafe as a female after dark. Even if it was lit, I didn't feel like it was lit well enough for my safety. Ours is always well lit, and we're open until 10 p.m. 7 days a week for the indoor dog park.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, you work hard.
Yes.
My goodness. This is really interesting. I really love the whole concept. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Barxparx2.
Thank
Check it
you.
out. Thank you. This is Diane Rosen with SCA-TV.